here we go with the editor, producer, also an actor in the film, commentary for each episode of C for Chaos, starting with C for Chaos Episode 1, In the Beginning. And we start out with this lovely animation, which the director, Jamie McRoberts, aka Strebo, has talked about in his commentary, replaced an original Winnet visualization that looked like a shower head. It was as ridiculous as everyone said. But now we have this great narration to sort of summarize the concept here of the evil that haunts us and plagues us in this movie. These animations are largely purchased from VideoHive.net. I can't take credit for creating them, just for purchasing them and editing them together. Love this narration. The footage you see there of the knights actually also purchased from VideoHive.net. Just trying to intimate that this evil's been around as long as man has, or longer. Great shot of flying through space toward planet Earth like it came from outer space or some other dimension or whatever. And the music was created in a program called Sonic Fire Pro. Although now, you know, around about episode 15, I've started live scoring, you know, with a keyboard. Once I have the edit, just going through and live scoring it. So, you know, anytime you use a program that uses royalty-free, you're gonna run into situations where you're hearing music you might hear somewhere else. A little flash screen for C for Chaos, the web series. Also purchased from VideoHive.net. I should be getting permission from those guys. I've always been partial to this introduction. It's so funny that we would use it as a wrapper with the park. You see the park at the beginning, and you'll see it at the very conclusion of the series as well. This is City Lake Park in Albemarle, North Carolina. As Strebo mentioned, Geo, the cameraman, he's being held up by a crane by straps because we didn't have proper equipment, and the crane is owned by my father, who provided that service for us. A little shaky, but we're able to use a piece of it. Now this is a lovely shot right here. I really like it. Very peaceful. Again, the music is a selection from Sonic Fire Pro. But very simple and basic, but the credits work, and we had to get that little bit of business out of the way so that all the actors that play the main characters get credits. I also thought about perhaps going back and adding individual credits for every actor that appears in every episode, but so far it hasn't happened yet. Maybe that's something to do after we finish this saga, you know, years into the future. Presume we're all still living and giving this our energy. One of my reasons behind doing these little commentaries, in addition to the director's commentary, is just to give myself motivation to keep going. You know, I've moved on from Mutantville, and Mutantville's kind of moved on too, you know, working more into film festival promotion as opposed to filmmaking right now, and doing a kick-A job. Sorry, there's no swears on this program. Yeah, I've moved on to making music videos and my own short films and stuff, so it's neat to go back to reminisce about this, where I got my start, and you know, that's something I'll forever be grateful to everybody that was involved in Mutantville Productions. Oh, he's so frustrated, he just throws the paper out there. It kind of bothers me to see someone littering, though, in such a beautiful place. City Lake Park has been developed quite a bit since this was shot. It doesn't look like this at all now. It's very clean. Lots of trails. You don't see all this bramble and stuff everywhere. This was just at the beginning of the fall, as I recall, and it looks really good. Looks really good. The infamous layer of the Numbers Killer. Now, the end part of this is no longer in existence. We knew that the structure was likely to be taken down, so we went and got some plate footage of it at the time we were shooting this to imply that's where the Numbers Killer was hiding out. Now this scene in the interior of the Numbers Killer layer is actually shot at my father's business, Bowers Welding. I remember those candles were a real pain to keep lit because it took a while to light them individually, and then they would get burned down. The actress here is Jenny Jordan, former, I'll just say friend of my brother, and also she's formerly appeared in Playboy. That's a fact. I've seen it. I asked her why she got out of modeling. She said she had the realization that you know, at 5'4", it was never going to happen for her. But well, you know, that industry can be a bit fickle. Pretty lady though. Apparently, she came into this role by knowing George Blaylock, you know, aka Geo, cameraman, partner of MVP, and all-around good guy. So ironic that, you know, I wouldn't have found her for this, but we all kind of helped out with casting in the early days. I got the weapons holder. I like this shot a lot. Honestly, I'm not much of an actor, and I remember Strebo really had to work with me to get that performance the way he wanted. But that little weapons thing was actually lent to us by Anthony Huss, and I never gave it back. I still have it. Then again, he never asked for it. He did some time in the big house, and I guess he forgot about such things as that. So these little pieces at the end that sort of show what's coming next are really kind of a pain to create. I have to go to the next episode, so that means I can't publish this episode until I have the future episode ready. And right now, that's actually what I'm working on to get to release the first half of season 2 of C for Chaos. And we had to work Mutisha in. We didn't have Mutisha when we created C for Chaos, so she's kind of, you know, put into it afterwards. And that's going to be a wrap for this episode. Thanks for watching, and I'll be back with episode 2 very soon.